Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Got an interesting one. I always wanted to do this, so here's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be checking all of these 2K primers. We know that all of them shrink, but what we don't know is which one shrinks the least. So we're going to be testing. These are your common ones you'll probably find all over the internet. You got your Speedokote, your Eastwood, Sherwin-Williams Finish 1. You got your Upol high build. These other ones I'm gonna test as well. Sikkens, it's a very high-end product, very expensive. Imperium is an Axo Nobel product, and it's a 2K high build. It's less expensive, but I know this one shrinks up. So I'm gonna compare all these together and see what we got. Hey, real quick explanation of what we're doing. I got 6 metal plates. We just cut off of a junk bedside that we had. And they're all about equal size. That really doesn't matter. I'm just going to strip these down with a DA with 80 grit just to get them to bare steel or aluminum. I'm not sure what it feels like, aluminum. But regardless, we'll get them down and then we'll get them in the booth and we'll explain how we're going to do it when we get in there. So up first, we got the Upol. I'm going to label all these, because once I'm done, whatever's left, I'm gonna leave it in here so we can check it out. So Upol's first, it's a 4-to-1. I think most of these are 4-to-1s. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it up to the 120 milliliters with the primer, and then I'm gonna take it to 150 with the hardener. Stuff is thick. I got a little too much in there. That's okay. We'll just go a little more with the hardener. All right, I'm gonna stir this up and meet you guys in the booth. Just gonna clean it off with some grease and wax remover. Now, since all these products are high builds, I'm going to be spraying it with a 1.8 tip on my primer gun, and we're going to be doing 2 coats. I'm probably going to do 1 coat, give it 5-10 minutes flash, and then do another coat, and we're going to check the mil thickness of it. So let's get started. I don't think it's going to take that long to flash off. It's over 90 degrees in here. All right, it's flashed off. This is coat number 2. I got this wet mill gauge. I'm gonna check it out. Looks like it's about 22, 23 mils. See if I can get you guys in here closer. You see where it stops right there at the 22 mark. So I'm gonna call that 23 mils wet. I sprayed it pretty heavy. So we got 23 mils wet. All right, I come right out the booth over to the scale. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. Move this stuff out of the way. Just gonna zero out the scale. And we're gonna weigh our plate. $518.6. So I'm gonna write that weight down, and we know it's 23 mils wet. And then we're gonna track it and see how she goes, see how much she shrinks. All right, got the Upol done. Let's try this finish one next. And like I said, I'm keeping all the PPS cups, and I'm gonna label them. So I'm gonna throw this one on the shaker and mix them up. Made a little bit of a mess with the first one, so I'm gonna see if I can't pour this one a little better. And also I mixed up a lot. Really didn't need that much, but I'm gonna pour it out of this can into this cup. That way I can control it better. Take it to about 100. It's about 100. So we need to take it to 125 with the hardener. So it's 4 to 1. It's about 125. All right, I'm gonna stir this up and get back in the booth. I feel like I need to show you guys this. This is the finished one. It's real soupy, like it's thin. I mean, that Upol was really thick. This seems thin. I don't know if we're gonna have the mill builds, but we're testing shrinkage, so that's what we're gonna test. Go in the booth. Grease your wax mover and get ready to spray. Same gun, same air pressure. See what happens. Just one coat. You see how it's dulled up. Coat number 2. Check the wet mills. I'm pretty sure it's at least got 6. I'm gonna jump over here to the 7 to 12. Whoa. Like 10. Right there. See that last mark? That's 10 mils. It does not have 11. Let's go put it on the scale. Come right out the booth. Still wet. Tear the scale. $316.8. All right, Haley, which one you want to do next?
Speedo.
Want to do Speedokote?
Yes.
All right, we're going to throw him on the shaker. All right, so we got Speedokote, and that's a big old gallon. I ain't gonna try not to make a mess here. See if I can't dip some out. It's right at 100. back on. Hardener. Four to 1. So we're pretty close to 100. So now I'm gonna try to take it to about 125. If I can do that without making too much of a mess. About right there. I'm gonna stir this up, meet y'all in the booth. Grease wax move it, get it ready. Same gun, same air pressure. All right, round 2. Trying my best to be consistent with every one of them. I'm not perfect, guys, but I'll try. All right. So let's go straight to 7 to 12. See what we got. Looks like 11. See that mark right there? That's on the 11 mark. All right, so we got 11 mils wet. Now let's go weigh it. All right, got it back in the scale. Inside is still wet. Scale is tear it out to 0. See what we got. 502.7. All right, up next, Eastwood, 4 to 1. Put him on the shaker. I'm going to remove this cap, put him on the shaker. All right, that Eastwood. Oh, wow. This stuff is super thick. It's like that Upol. Or seems like it anyways. Let's see what we got here. It's actually pretty close to 100. It's a little bit under. There we go. Look how thick that is, guys. Wow. Look how thick that is. I didn't want to dump it straight out the gallon jug because I'd make a mess, so. All right, put this lid back on. We're going to add the hardener. Brand new can. Try to take it about 125. A little bit more. It's okay. All right. Got it labeled, got it cleaned off. second to dry. All right, round two. Let's see. Nope, just right at 11. That one little tick right there is 11. Wow. Maybe I didn't spray it on as thick as the other ones. It's 11 mils. Let's go get it on the scale. Got the scale zeroed out. .499.3. So for the next one, I'm going to use this Imperium, and it's off the shelf. So I'm going to send it to the scale and mix it by weight, and then show you what we got. Just going to stir this up, and I'll meet you in the booth. Got a label. All right, round two. Wet mill thickness. Let it girl. Pick it up. Try it. Do it again. Was that 9? Nope, there's 10. I'm getting 10. There you go. All right, I'm gonna go throw it on the scale. Ooh, I still smell it. 512. All right, for the last one, it's gonna be Sickens. Very expensive, so I'm only going to mix up a little bit. I'm going to mix that up, meet y'all in the booth. Round two. Whoa! Seven. 7 mils. Wet. Alright. Clear that. Move this cup. Still wet. 348.8. So here's the wet results, basically. Just a quick recap. Got all the primers here. This is the wet mills as we checked it in the booth with the wet mill gauge, and this is the weights. And what we're trying to see is over what period of time do each of these stop shrinking, for one thing, and also how much does each one shrink. We can check it by weight, and also I have a electronic mill gauge. We can check it by mills as well, and then we can see proportionately which one does better. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I did something wrong, but Upol is extremely thick when it's wet. I mean, I don't think I did anything wrong, but we'll see. So now we're just gonna wait, show you what we got. I'm just gonna leave these in here. I'm not gonna put them outside. I'm gonna leave them inside. And I got each one with a little bit of leftover in it. We're gonna let those dry out so you can also see inside the cup as far as shrinkage. And then we'll go from there. So we're gonna check in at 24 hours and probably a week and 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, it's been 24 hours. They're obviously dry to the touch. And I'm just gonna go over what I've got so far. So basically we've already went through this, but wrote it all down, cleaned it up a little bit. Now I'm gonna go through the 24-hour weights and add to the chart. So at first, Upol. $514.5. I'll write that down and go to the next one. Finish one. $313.7. Speedokote. $499.7. Got Eastwood. $496.7. Got Imperium. $509.4. And we got Sickens. $345.8. All right, I'm gonna clean this up and then we'll check in with it either at 48 hours or I may wait a week. Not sure yet, haven't really decided. But yeah, I wanted to get the 24-hour mark done and then we can go from there. All right, we're at the 48-hour mark. So I'm gonna start measuring these. You pull it up first. All right, it's day 3. What is that, 72 hours? Just gonna get these weights in real quick. has been 20 days, and I got the weights all done, charted out. Now I'm gonna get the dry mill build for each one and see where we're at. And like I said, this is 20 days. But first we got Imperium. And I'm just gonna take an average of 3 spots. So let's review these PPS cups, just so you guys can see what we got. So this is the Eastwood one. I don't know whether I didn't mix it good or what, but it's actually not too bad. So this is what we're looking for right here. The amount of shrinkage. So that's Eastwood's, this is Sickens. Maybe I can pull them out. Let's finish one. I mean, all of them, guys. Look at how much. Uh-oh, I dropped that one. All of them, guys. Even the Sickens. Look how much this shrinks up. Here's finish one. Got Imperium. It really doesn't matter which one you pick. 2K primers, they're going to shrink. I mean, there's the Eastwood. Finish one. Sickens. Imperium. Speedokote. And Upol. So they all shrink. And I mean, they shrink pretty significant. As you can see. So yeah, this is after 20 days. All right, guys, so it's been 20 days. And I just threw this chart up here real quick so we can go over everything. Obviously, you can see here, Eastwood Imperium at 2.8 gram loss, Sickens at 3.3, Speedokote also at 3.3, Finish 1 at 3.5, and Upol at 4.2. Now this is as soon as I got out of the paint booth, I weighed it. That weight minus day 20 weight. So if you look at this chart, you can see that by weight, Eastwood and Imperium seem like they take the top, and then obviously Sickens, Speedokote finish one, and then Upol. But like I said, this is just by weight. So I'm going to flip over here to this other chart. Now this is what I find interesting is this chart here. And if you remember when we were in the booth, we checked all the mills with the wet mill gauge. And we recorded all that here. You can see that that's in the first column. And then on day 20, we went with the electronic mill gauge, the dry film build mill gauge. And we did that on day 20, and that's in the second column, the average dry mill builds. And then you can see the third column is just the difference of the first two columns. It's just mills lost. And then obviously the fourth column is the percentage lost. And I mean, I guess what this shows you guys is, like you look at Upol in the top there at 22.5, that's, how thick it was when it was wet versus an average dry film build of 6.6. 6.6, 6.5 mils is pretty good film build for primer. But it lost 15.9, so it lost 71%. In 20 days, it lost 71% of its mill build. And, it goes all the way down. So I guess the winner on this one, if you want to call it a winner, I mean, we're just talking about shrinkage. But, Sickens with the wet mill at 7, which is pretty thin, I guess, compared to everybody else's. When then the average dry mill at 4.2. So total, mills lost 2.8 with 40%. So Sickens only lost 40% of its product after we sprayed it to after we checked it in 20 days. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a high solids product. Now, I'm not comparing these on different, which one's better. I'm not saying Upol's stinks and Sickens is the best. I'm not saying that. But all of these primers, really after about 3 to 4 days, they've, on their weights, they've pretty much leveled out. And I still think they're still shrinking even after 4 days. They're still losing weight, but it's very minimal. So it's like an exponential after the first couple days, and then, on like day 3 or 4, it kind of levels out. I will say this. I did find out that I did the weight after 24 hours, and if you do that math, all primers, all 6 of them, lost around 90% of their weight that first 24 hours. So I want to make sure I'm clear. I'm going to go back to this chart. What I mean, this is very important. I feel like it's important anyways, that of this weight that these products lost in 20 days, of that weight, approximately 90% of it was lost in the first day. So you might want to think about that if you're gonna prime something and then jump on it the next day and think you're gonna spray paint it, put it in the booth and base clear it. It's probably still going to shrink. So if the longer you can give these 2K products time to breathe, the longer you can wait before you actually paint it and clear coat it, the better off you're going to be as far as shrink back is concerned. So yeah, I hope this video was entertaining to some of you guys. I'm not sponsored by any of these products, and I'm not here to tell you which one I feel like is better. So these are the results. And if you guys want any more information, comment below. I always like to hear what you guys think. Comment below. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching.